Flygon is a Pokemon that was released back in Generation 3. Despite average looking stats, its great type combination and ability gave it a solid role in the Generation 3 OU format as a defensive answer to physical threats like Tyranitar and Aerodactyl. It was good and viable, but it was not a central Pokemon in the metagame, more of a niche choice on certain team structures. But in Generation 4, Flygon saw a significant increase in its viability thanks to mechanical changes and new tools that it greatly benefited from. It went from being a solid but not great Pokemon to a top 10 Pokemon in OU. To this day, Gen 4 is the height of Flygon's success in competitive singles. It is a staple of the Gen 4 OU metagame and a common choice in high-level play with multiple different viable sets. Let's take a look at why Flygon is so great in Gen 4 competitive singles. But first, a quick update regarding the Pokemon Flamingo. It appears that we've all been tricked once again. Flamingo's surprising release from prison was nothing more than a ploy to sneak out fellow inmate and future Paradox form of Sinistee, Iron Mugulis, so that he could hack into Game Freak headquarters and delay the release of Pokemon Home compatibility for Generation 9. Like this video and subscribe to the channel so that we can notify the relevant authorities and make sure that Landorus Therian's triumphant return to Generation 9 goes smoothly. Thank you. Flygon's huge increase in viability from Gen 3 to 4 is a testament to just how hard dragon types were buffed in Gen 4. Even a dragon type like Flygon with these pretty average looking base stats became noticeably more powerful in the transition. Before Generation 4, dragon type attacks could only be special, so dragon type Pokemon with lower special attack couldn't take advantage of their dragon stab as effectively. Dragon type attacks also had much lower base power in Gen 3. Outrage was only a 90 power move back then. But in Generation 4, not only did dragon types now have access to both physical and special dragon type moves, their stab options were buffed. Outrage was now a physical attack, and it had its base power increased from 90 to an enormous 120. Despite the significant drawback of being locked into using the move for 2 to 3 turns and becoming confused afterwards, the massive base power increase definitely made up for it. Even some dragon resists struggled to handle the new and improved Outrage. Dragon types got an amazing new option on the special side of things as well. The all-new move Draco Meteor had an absolutely ginormous base power of 140 and a much more manageable drawback compared to Outrage, reducing the user's special attack by 2 stages after it hit. This is still one of the most powerful nukes in the whole game to this day. As a result of these changes, the previously OU ranked Salamence shot up so much in power that it eventually had to be banned to Ubers. The newly released dragon type Garchomp also met a similar fate and was a bit too powerful for OU at the time. And Flygon, along with fellow dragon types Kingdra and Dragonite, shot up significantly in viability and became great Pokemon in the OU metagame. Not only did Flygon get access to these amazing dragon type attacks, it also gained the new move U-Turn, another one of the best moves in the game. Pivoting is one of the strongest concepts in competitive singles, allowing you to deal risk-free chip damage while responding to whatever the enemy does and keeping up momentum. And Flygon was one of the Pokemon lucky enough to gain access to this amazing new move. Flygon not only benefited greatly from all these new moveset additions, it also got some new items to take advantage of. The most popular item on Flygon is Choice Scarf, a new item released in Gen 4 that increased your speed stat by 1.5 times, with the drawback of locking you into using only one move until you switch out. Flygon is immune to sand thanks to its ground typing, meaning it can freely use a Choice Scarf without worrying about taking chip damage from Sandstorm. With a Choice Scarf, Flygon can outrun the majority of the metagame, act as a great revenge killer, fast pivot, and also a late game cleaner. Flygon's solid base 100 speed is very nice, allowing it to outrun many enemies who have boosted their speed with choice scarves of their own or with Dragon Dance. With Thunder Punch, Scarf Flygon can act as a nice response to Dragon Dance Gyarados, outspeeding them after their boost and KOing them. A Scarf Flygon in Gen 4 feels kind of similar to Scarf Landorus Therian from later generations, a reliable form of speed control and pivoting that is also really good defensively and has many opportunities to enter the battle safely and regain momentum momentum. Flygon is probably the most solid choice scarfer in all of Gen 4 OU, and it is very easy to fit on teams. Another option for Flygon is a choice band. This set sacrifices speed for more wall breaking potential. Dragonite is a more common option for a choice band at Dragon type with its higher attack stat and superior physical move pool, but Flygon can be worth using thanks to its better defensive typing. It resists rock, which is always great in Gen 4 OU where stealth rocks can be difficult to get rid of, and sand immunity is another excellent trait. You're also much easier to get onto the field than Dragonite is with all of your great resistances. Choice band Flygon works well alongside Magnezone to trap and eliminate steel types like Skarmory who resist your big outrage. Another popular way to go with Flygon is to run a mixed attacking set. Despite a low base special attack of only 80, with the massive base power of Draco Meteor and help from the new item Life Orb increasing your damage output by 1.3 times at the cost of some recoil damage, Flygon can pose a serious threat as a mixed attacker, and it has a great stab combination for it. Draco Meteor will deal massive damage to the physical walls that are attempting to switch in against Earthquake or Outrage, and Stab Earthquake will super effectively threaten the steel types that try to resist Dragon. Fire Blast is an excellent coverage option, allowing you to do massive damage to Pokemon like Skarmory and Levitate Bronzong. These sets often use Roost to heal up Flygon and enhance its longevity, but options like Outrage or Thunder Punch are also good. This set feels quite similar to Mixed Salamence from Generation 3, with its ability to threaten almost everything in the format and force switches, racking up hazard chip damage in the process. Flygon is one of my personal favorite Pokemon to use in the Gen 4 OU metagame. I think it gives the format some stability. It improves your matchups against many common Pokemon in the metagame, and provides offense and defense to a team in a single Pokemon slot. And although those Dragon stab moves are extremely powerful, Flygon's fairly low offensive stats, the commitment associated with using Outrage, and that exploitable ×4 weakness to Ice make it pretty reasonable to respond to. After Generation 5, power creep definitely started to catch up to Flygon. Fellow Dragon Ground type Garchomp was now ranked in OU, and Garchomp has outclassed Flygon ever since. But at least Flygon had one generation where it could really shine. Gen 4 was the peak of Flygon's power and competitive viability, and to this day, it is one of the best Pokemon in the format. What do you think of Flygon? Who's your favorite Dragon type to use in Generation 4 OU? And what would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. This video topic was requested by Shadow Grey 1. Thank you for the support, and thank you to the rest of the patrons as well. I've made some changes to my Patron rewards, as I'll be going away on a trip soon and won't have as much time to upload. Video requests will not be available until I return. Take a look at my Patreon link in the description for more information. You can still become a patron to appear on this funny end screen, alongside your favorite Pokemon. Thank you.
The money got different, 'cause of what I'm spending. The money got different.
Oh, it's
'Cause of what I'm
Megaphone!
spending.
Whoa!
The money
KO
got
by one
different.
hit! It
'Cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different.